A common explanation for the success of Harvard Business School over more than 100 years is its unwavering clarity of purpose. That the aim of a business education is to learn how to solve business problems through the case method of teaching. In this paper, we argue that this continuity of purpose is not what we believe it to be. Most histories of the case method start in 1870, when the Dean of Harvard Law School decided law would be best studied by deriving principles from numerous examples. Rather than giving his usual lecture, he asked a surprised student to state the case. In 1919, Wallace Donham was appointed Dean of Harvard's fledgling business school. Shortly after taking office, he outlined his vision for the school in a memorandum to faculty. Donham saw the aims of the school as providing students with a practical training in business. He wanted students to solve real business problems, rather than learn abstract theory that they wouldn't need in the business world. Donham had been trained in the case method as a student at Harvard Law School and believed it to be ideally suited for fulfilling his vision. If we fast forward 100 years, not much seems to have changed. Cases typically present business problems, position students as managers, and ask them to develop recommendations for action. Some criticise the Harvard case method for what they see as too much emphasis on taking action and not enough on thoughtful reflection to see things from different perspectives. Others say it promotes an instrumental, amoral approach to managing, where making decisions which maximise profit is all that matters, ignoring the social responsibilities of organisations. Supporters and critics agree on one thing, that Harvard's case method is the same today as it was 100 years ago. Our research presents a new and different history. What is understood as the case method today is what Donham articulated in his 1920 memo, but missing from existing histories is how his thinking changed throughout the 1920s and 30s as the United States was gripped by social and economic crisis, conditions which are not dissimilar, it could be argued, to today. Donham was greatly influenced by English philosopher Alfred North Whitehead, who joined Harvard's philosophy department in 1924. Whitehead believed that society's pursuit of money had become divorced from a consideration of values. He called on business leaders to show foresight and to think deeply about the relationship between business and society. In partnership with Whitehead, Donham wrote a book in 1931 which put forward a number of radical proposals for addressing the economic crisis. A review in Time magazine said that beneath all the learning at Harvard Business School, there is a philosophical undercurrent, the ingredient most recommended by Dean Donham to his countrymen. Donham now realised the case method, in its original conception of training students to solve business problems, was too narrow. Students needed to develop skills in how to think about broad social problems. Sadly, this promise of a different kind of case method was soon forgotten after World War II. Capitalism stabilised, and the demand for business schools to address social issues faded. Our paper argues that institutional histories, which suggest that a straight line can be drawn from the past to today, like that of Harvard's case method, can be problematic because it makes innovation and change more difficult. Our more complex contested history provides a useful blueprint for rethinking the case method. Restating the case means writing and teaching cases that take labour relations seriously and that ask students to do more than solve business problems. Cases that stimulate critical reflection on the assumptions they make about management and organisation. By developing the case method in these ways, we can better engage our students with the global challenge of building more inclusive, ethical and sustainable societies. A mission not just for the case method, but for business education as a whole.